I'll do it after the game. Alright, I'll put it down. What? No, the stuff. I don't need sunlight for that. I know what they're thinking. They don't even gotta say it. No, they thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. And I don't need you to okay it. What's good, my nigga? In the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. Nobody on the franchise chat, but just me and you. Everybody else offline. Let's stay on the app.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Just get on the 2.5 mad. Yeah, I don't like that. Watch out. Check 31, over.
And to give this time to the tailback. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the gun on third down. Love firing quickly.
I think he got this shit.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Taking it about the 16. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
Still got Khalil Mack, bro.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Nifty move. And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will take over.
Challenge that shit. I was down. And I can't challenge that.
At the 24-yard line.
I can't pause, man.
Following the fumble recovery. Love. His throw caught.
He ain't fumble. But he ain't fucking fumble.
Doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards on the play. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. The end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone.
Oh, really, bro?
Finding his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Come on,
on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yeah, let's get a sack lunch. Shift. Watch the shift. Check. Crunch. Crunch. Crunch.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. So he got 9 yards that time, but he needed 10, and it brings up 4th and 1. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return is Peterson. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
I kind of wish
Give
that
him
it was
11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
I got to see it first.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where it would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He finds his man Johnson. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Love. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
Fumble.
And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. From the gun on third down, Love. He can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I had to play out one.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Check, go. Check. Fresno.
Jackson now on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
One of the original Ravens. No, that's the name. One of the original Ravens I kept.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson steps away. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Fournette, a first down carry. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Right there. 54 Mike. Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
A handoff to Fournette.
Oh, boy, that one
there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Nigga.
If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Buying time, hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys
and I hit the spin button too, bro. I'm trying to slide.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Good shit. Good shit.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson flush to his right. And he fires one that's intercepted.
She was coming in.
He's picked off at his own 46. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
No.
And a decent game there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 8. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
From the gun on third down. Love. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 8 yards out. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was the super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Like the one Lamar was running the ball and he did that double spin shit. Well, the nigga could have tackled him, but instead of trying to tackle him,
set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Don't get nervous. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist, 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 twist. Hey.
Now Jackson going to throw again. He's going to fire one deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Yep. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Coming with that fucking expect.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Yeah. 97's the mic.
From the gun on 3rd down. Love. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical?
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah. My brother over here giving coaching tips.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Justice. He dropping him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jackson for the shotgun.
Oh, come on, man. This game's bullshit.
Incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
97's the mic. 97's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 97's the mic. 97.
Looking to throw on second down. Love throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that takes us from second to third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Jordan Berry now. He's been terrific so far.
I'm thinking they're supposed to trigger that press animation. I'll have him in press.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. That's pulled in at the 32. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
But I think the ball's
my God.
That was picked up by the Steelers.
Yeah. I heard him, dude.
Huge return.
I knew he was going to come late. I pressed triangle.
Down inside the 30-yard line.
I pressed fucking triangle.
You look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw on third down. Love.
I can't get to the fumble.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Open man is Ross, complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Watch the twitch.
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson. He's going to fire this thing deep right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners. Guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down past the 30.
Bro, this nigga, you are not fumbling.
It's an even 30 and first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Right back to him on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end.
Hey, hold on. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Without fumble, bro.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of one there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, Love going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of
trying
that.
to keep.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and it's shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Try to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Back to throw. Love. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Baltimore. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Can you gauge? Come on, Gage.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Shift.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Jackson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
We got motion. Back up. Hey, one set. Check, Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Devin Bush just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
That's me. 54 is Mike.
Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jannard Avery. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
So you take that 2nd down.
John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time.
Oh, my man.
The throw over the middle, take it in.
There we go.
Look at this. Big game.
Get up.
It's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
That nigga did not go for the
here's
ball.
where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From just shy of midfield, Jackson over the middle, complete. That's Andrews.
Oh,
and he's got this down to the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Jackson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man open. It's Ross.
Boy, you trying to take home heads, dog. You
able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast,
this nigga got
any
a bounty
hesitation as a
system,
quarterback
man.
that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way
my niggas
forward,
can't break a
but I don't think he
tackle,
got
bro.
there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
A 45-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On first down, Love.
Oh, come on, bro.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Throwing on first down, Love. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
All day, every day, any day. Check 43.
Back to the air on second down. Love. And his throw is incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
To throw on third down. Love. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
Came back, dog.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff working right. Just outside of the 10 at the 11. That one a first down pickup of 8. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he's able to come through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Yeah, how about that? In the way that this game's gone, you think they really wanted to get to overtime and take their chances there? They wanted to get this thing done. When you're the visitor, you don't want to play into overtime. You want to knock it down, get it done, and go home.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. John Ross finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Ravens have retaken the lead.
John Ross. Oh, my gosh.
The is good, and on the final play of the game, they walk away with a victory. Well, that was a fun game to witness, partner. A touchdown there at the very end to win this thing.
And that's really where the emphasis is, right? The touchdown to win it. I know that they pull it on top, right? What's your favorite dessert? You know, what do you put on top of your favorite dessert?
You put whipped cream, maybe a cherry.
There you go. The whipped cream, the cherry, whatever you want to talk about, that's what they put on it. But the story, the touchdown to win it, that's how they got it done.
So for Baltimore, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1. Our entire crew will catch you next time right here. It's the NFL.